Welcome to my channel. It is your girl Nay, and I'm here with a quick little video, just giving like a little rundown of my days, my life leading up to this point, being a parent of a nonverbal child. I feel like the main thing it takes is patience. Like, if you're someone that deals with you know the patience that you have to have is top tier. Like, not a little bit, I'm talking about a whole lot of patience when it comes to this, because normal 2, 3, 4-year-olds, even 1-year-olds, they know how to talk, they know how to communicate, they know how to have a conversation, they know how to tell you what they want. It's a lot that nonverbal kids can't tell you. It's nothing, basically. They don't communicate with words, but that's his thing. They call it stimming, and when he's doing that, I either know he's having fun or he's doing something he doesn't have any business. You see what I'm saying? You have to have common sense, and usually I make him be in another room, or I go somewhere so I can't hear him. But I feel like this video is have him in the background. Why not? Y'all get to hear it, up close, personal, like. But you definitely have to have common sense, because when you're dealing with a nonverbal child, you have to know all of their nonverbal ways of trying to communicate with you. You have to know their gestures, you have to know their cries, you have to know everything. Like, it's like a guessing game. Like, you just never know what it could be, because they cannot physically come out their mouth and tell you what they want. So it's like you just have to have that bond with them to the point that what the whining means, like what the gestures mean. You have to know each little thing, because that's their only way of communicating. And he's young now, so it's like, of course, a lot of people tell me about sign language, but we're not to that point. It's gonna take some time, because that's not easy. That's not nothing that I could just teach him and he could just catch it and learn it. Like, it's definitely gonna take time. But yeah, he loves to do things repetitively. Like, oh my God, like I ain't gonna lie, y'all, it be driving me nuts. But I'm learning him as I'm raising him, because there's a lot of things that I don't know about kids like that. But it's like I said, it's a learning process. But yes, if you've been around my son, and a lot of people have, y'all know he loves to repeat. Like, now he's in there banging a bottle, and he just, they love sensory things. Like, they love to hear something, they love the way something feels, and they want to keep doing it over and over because it helps stimulate their brain. But yes, when it comes to the, oh my God, repetitiveness, oh my God, sometimes it feels like it's driving a hole in my head. But patience, patience. Like, that's the number one thing you have to have, is patience. Also, of course, also love. You have to love a child like that, because I've had experiences where people tell me, like, they know someone with a kid like that and they get easily frustrated. That is something that's like the number one no with dealing with a kid like that. Getting frustrated, it's gonna make them frustrated. I'm pretty sure y'all have heard that before. If you frustrated, your kid feeds off your energy, especially if you're their parent. And then they can't communicate. So if they know you're mad, that's going to frustrate them. They already frustrated because they can't talk. I noticed my son does that a lot. Like, when he can't talk, being that he doesn't talk, he gets easily frustrated. It's like, he'll literally like start scratching his head when it's a situation where it's like he kind of wants to talk, but he can't, So I know that's already frustrating. So if you, as the parent, guardian, whatever, if you're getting frustrated with them, that's not it. That is not the answer. Like, they're going to feed off your energy. So it's not going to be a solution to anything. But yeah, you can't get frustrated, because it will, don't get me wrong, it will get frustrated at some point, but that's normal. That's definitely normal. Like, don't feel like you can't express your frustration, but don't let them see it. Don't make yourself so frustrated to the point it's like feeding into them. You get what I'm saying? But it's very common, and being that I start talking about the situation that I deal with, it makes a lot of people come to me and they like to share their stories. They honestly tell me thank you for making me feel comfortable with dealing with this, because I'm telling you, if you're a parent and you haven't like fully got it diagnosed, you're really I'm telling you, it's hard. It's hard to accept. It's hard because it's like you're gonna start asking yourself like, why me, or what did I do wrong? And in all reality, none of us did anything wrong. Kids are just all different. All of them, it takes different things to raise them because they are all different. So if you're a parent and you're dealing with it, or you feel like you may be dealing with it, like, just be patient with them, be kind to them, love them as much as you can, because it's all up to you. They're feeding off you. Just like when they're in the womb, your energy can transfer. So when they're out and they see you, your energy is definitely transferable, and you don't want to feed in any type of negative energy into your child. They're already struggling. Definitely. But like I said, common sense plays a big part, because if you don't have that common sense to know, like, okay, he's whining because he's thirsty, or, like, say for instance, I bought him some shoes the other day, and he like, when we were riding in the car, he doesn't really like shoes. He likes Crocs. But being that he walks on his tippy toes, I have to find him a sneaker, because when we walk around, like, his Crocs like constantly come off because he's walking on the tip, and with the little sports mode, it doesn't work. So I bought him some shoes, and he kept whining, and my boyfriend brought it to my attention, like, I feel like he's whining because his shoes are hurting. And y'all, lie to you not, we took the shoes off. He was a complete different kid, because he don't really whine a lot in the car. Like, he likes to ride, but he was whining like really bad. And I'm like, what could it be? And my boyfriend literally, common sense, I ain't have it at that point. I'm thinking like, he's tired. I'm like, I don't know, maybe he just ready to go home. He like, it's probably them shoes. Y'all, when he took them shoes off, I'm telling you, my son looked down at his feet like he wanted to say hallelujah. Literally, he started wiggling them toes, and I was like, wow. Literally common sense. He cannot physically come out his mouth and tell me, Mom, my feet are hot. My feet are sore. You know how it is when you get a fresh pair of shoes, like, they be just hugging your toes, and he got wide feet. So literally, you have to just know your child well enough to, communicate them in ways that nobody else would understand. You have to know how to, it's a learning process every single day. Even as a parent of a normal, regular verbal child, it's a challenge. So imagine having a child that cannot communicate verbally. It is a journey. I'm telling you, like, but it's easier than you can make it. It's easier than you can imagine, because you always think like, wow, a child can't communicate. But hey, if he wants something, he know how to bring it to me. Like I said, it's a guessing game. You have to just guess. Like, you have to give a lot of options. That's the main thing with dealing with a nonverbal child. You have to try to give a lot of options. Like, if you can't tell me you want these chips or these goldfish, I'm going to take the chips, I'm going to take the goldfish, and I'm going to hold both of them up. And whichever one you want, you're going to get it. You know what I'm saying? But it's not easy, but it definitely can be easier than people make it seem. We're currently about to start therapy, so I'm kind of excited about that, to see how that's gonna go. I'm nervous at the same time, because anything new just makes me so nervous, especially when it's dealing with my child. Like, I don't want him to feel under pressure. I don't want him to feel, I don't know. I just always want him to feel comfortable at all times. But I'm telling you, like, it's a lot of people that go through it. I had so many people come to me after I made my first video, and I'm just like, wow, like, me, myself, I mean, of course I knew I wasn't alone, but it's like, people don't really like to talk about it. So people tell me all the time, like, you inspire me to be more verbal when it comes to talking about it, because I was that parent. Literally, I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't even really want my kid around anyone, because I didn't want anyone asking questions, people looking at him weird. And of course, He doesn't seem like anything is wrong. You look at, when we think about autism, we think about, I feel like we associate it with the kids that are in like wheelchairs, or, they look like they have a disability, but in all reality, disabilities are not always visible. And honestly, I just learned it. Like, honestly, I ain't even gonna lie to you like I'm an expert. I honestly just learned it because I didn't think that either. You think you can physically see it. And it's a lot of mental disabilities that are not visible to the eye. So like when people see my son, they're trying to talk to him and he's not responding, and it puts me in a very weird situation. But I just had to learn to be that parent that is comfortable enough to say, he is nonverbal. He does not communicate verbally. It took a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. Even me making these videos, it took a lot, but you have to accept reality. Like, I never was embarrassed. I was more so nervous at like what people would say. I didn't want nobody to feel no type of way towards him. I didn't want nobody to think no type of thoughts. Like when it comes to my son, like I just want him to be comfortable. So, now I do better. I don't try to shelter him as much. I take him out. And people love him. He has his moments. He's a very lovable child. He'll come up to you and play with you. But I definitely had to learn to stop doing that. Literally sheltering my child because I'm so nervous of the world. And regardless, the world people gonna say what they want. Kids are not. People, if they heartless, they gonna talk bad about them. If they got a heart, they gonna love them. You feel me? Like, it's no need to hide them from the world because the world ain't going nowhere, neither is he. So, like I said, if you're a parent and you're dealing with it, like, please don't feel like it's the end of the world. I'm telling you, I have so much fun with my son. Like, he drives me crazy too. Yes, he does. But I love him to death. The people you love the most is the ones that drive you crazy. But I love him to death. Like, when I look at him, it makes my heart smile. I have so much faith in him that if he never communicates with me verbally, I have so much faith in him that he'll still be the best kid that he can be. And I'm about to cut this video off because I feel like I want to cry, and I don't want to do that. But yes, these videos, being that I have people come to me, writing me on Facebook, TikTok, everywhere, like being that people come to me and tell me that I help them, I will never stop talking about this. Like, we need stuff like this. We definitely need it, because when I was in that situation where I was trying to come out with it and accept it, I needed to hear something like this. So if I could be that spokesperson for, parents of nonverbal children, I will definitely be that person. I'm telling you, I'm here for it all. Like, and I hope y'all are listening, and I hope y'all understand. I hope y'all are taking something from these videos and putting it into action. If you are a parent and you're dealing with it, I wish you the best of luck. Like I said, have patience. You got to give them a different type of love. You have to have common sense to know what's wrong. And I'm telling you, it's definitely easier than it may seem. I promise. Like, I would not tell you nothing wrong. But, we all of us parents of nonverbal kids, we have to stick together. Excuse me. We have to stick together. We have to be strong for our kids, because if they're nonverbal, they don't have a voice. So we have to be their voice. We can't be out here being weak. And we got to take up for him. Like, he can't tell you, but I can. I got you, son. I got your back, dog. But yeah. I am done, and thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you all are having a great day. I really, really do. And I'm out.